Alright, I'd like to show you some animal husbandry when it comes to having a ferret. If you happen to be a person that has a pet ferret, trimming the toenails can always be a hindrance, can always be a problem. Because quite frankly, we all know these are pretty wiggly boogers, and it's hard to get them to hold still and try to get the fingernail clipper up there to trim the toenails. And I don't know if your ferret is like mine. I've had a few of them now, off and on over the years. But one of the things I do is if you grab the ferret by the tuft of the neck, and it doesn't hurt them, it's all skin and muscle, Percival just goes limp. He doesn't bother him at all. And I can take my fingernail clipper and I can just go like this right here and just clip each toenail. It's not a problem whatsoever. In fact, I can't say that he likes it, but he sure doesn't mind it whatsoever. As soon as I release, and he's just back to normal. Just a little trick of the trade, so to speak, because I go into areas with a lot of education programs. Hey buddy, how are you? And I use my ferret as an ambassador animal. I let people realize what they are as far as what their wild version was in the wild and what they hunted as far as rabbits, that type of thing. I let them realize that this is actually a predator. The other thing is since people have these as pets, I want to make sure that I can help people to raise them properly and to house them properly and to treat them good so they have a good home. And one of the things is if I go into a school program or that type of a thing and I let people hold Percival, I can't have sharp toenails. So I have to clip the toenails quite regularly. And quite honestly, the more you do it, the more they get used to you doing it for them, and it becomes a much easier job. You don't want the toenails to get too long. The toenails can get stuck in wire depending what kind of pen that you have, or if you let your ferret in the house to play, those long toenails can get hung up in carpeting, those kind of things, and you can do injury to the toes. We don't want to have that. So make sure you take the time, work with your ferret. Now, I have had people ask me, many people have asked me, why is Percival so tame? Are all ferrets like him? Now, he's really wiggly right now. The weather's cooled off this evening, and he's just rambunctious little booger. But not all ferrets are this tame. I have some that were little Tasmanian devils. They were nipping little boogers. They would bite. They wouldn't want to be held. Most of that is from socialization when they're young. If you get a ferret, you must get it young if you want it to be like Percival. Percival has been held by children as young as 3 years of age. My granddaughter was 3 when she held Percival for the first time. Older people, every age in between has handled this ferret. This ferret has never, and I say never, and I've had him for quite some time now, he's never even nibbled on anybody. I can't say that with most ferrets because they're known to nip every once in a while. Not necessarily out of aggression, just out of curiosity. They taste something, they smell something on your skin, that type of a thing. But not Percival. He's never done that. Of course, you should never say never. I understand that, because sometimes when you say never, it happens like the next day. Or, he's gonna bite me right now. Of course, he's not gonna do that because this is Percival and he's super, super cool ferret. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah, yeah. Super cool. Glenn here with Falcon Quest again. And I know you're dying to see the falcon or an owl or whatever I might have today, but actually I'm still talking about the ferret because, as you know from one of my videos, that ferreting is a sister sport to falconry. And one of the travel designs that I use, well, actually I have 2 here and I'll show them to you, which makes it handy if you are using your ferret, not say for hunting, because so few people do it in the world, but if you need to transport your ferret, of course you can use one of the small kennels designed for puppies. But another design is a shape such as this. It works really well. The front is wired. This is all hardwood. There's some wood chips in there. There's a handle on top so you can carry it by the handle, and it just slides open. and you can see the top there slide open, and he'll just crawl out the hole. And this is a very easy way and safe way to transport your ferret if you need to. Let's say the veterinarian, a friend's house, whatever it might be. And because it's slanted like this, nothing can be placed up against it to block the airflow. Very important. Of course, when we have animals, we want to make sure that they're being cared for properly and they have a proper, safe place for transportation. I myself, I really like this design here. It's just foolproof, and especially if you have the wood chips in there. And if they go to the bathroom in there, I should say when they go to the bathroom, it's just a matter of time. They will eventually. It works great. They learn to come in and out of the hole. They actually enjoy playing in the thing, and it just works wonderful for transportation. Percival is a male ferret. We call that a hob. A female is called a Jill. And he has a little bit of a winter coat. I actually keep my ferret outside. I'm in South Carolina. It doesn't get overly cold in the winter time. These guys are designed for very cold temperatures. They can handle very cold as long as they have the proper housing. So I keep mine in an outdoor pen, which works really well. It's designed just for him. And I'm the type of a person, because of my birds of prey, I have to work and interact with my birds and with even Percival virtually every day. So he doesn't get put out in the pen in the backyard and sit there day after day after day and not be handled and not have food and fresh water. He gets attended to every single day. If you are one that has a ferret or is thinking about having a ferret at some point in the future, if you do place them outside, they have to be acclimated. And also, if your weather is too severe, it really shouldn't be out there to begin with. But the main important thing is, if you want your ferret to be tame and maintain itself as a tame animal, it must be handled regularly. And I can't stress that enough. The more they're handled, the more tame they will be, the more dependable they will be, and the more reliable they are. And you don't have to worry about someone being nipped in the nose.